Okay, Salam Alaikum, this is video 7. Okay, so, yeah, he wish he could be Hebrew. He wish he could be black. You know, he wish he could be of the root. He wish he wasn't all washed out and all Zionist and maybe all transgendered, genital. He wish he wasn't all transgenital, right? Okay, so anyway, okay, so, let me see. Okay. So, okay, now, so the Egyptian military junta Sisi is to attempt to falsely fulfill biblical prophecy that he may also destroy Egypt's or Kemet's spiritual legacy as the cradle of civilization, because Sisi is a Zionist too. The president of Egypt is a Zionist too. Sisi is a Zionist, okay? Okay. He supports Israel. So he's going to try to break down Egypt, okay? Just as Mubarak did by repressing its economy all those years. Okay, so so he's going to destroy. He wants to destroy Egypt's legacy as the civilization, the cradle of civilization, and the mother of humanity and the father of humanity, as it reflects the Aphrodite, the celestial black divinity, mother of the universe, which is represented by Venus, the morning star, and Venus, the evening star. And the sun as the Lion King, or the sun as the soul of humanity, the sun as the king of the celestial sphere, the father of humanity, the soul as the father of humanity, and the sun and Uranus at night as it represents the wife. Excuse me, the husband, right? The husband figure. So they want to destroy that. Okay. Okay. The legacy of its African Kemetic history and the leader among all her Arab brother nations, out of sheer hatred, the Squaw Bitch Brigade, that is a drunk and his Squaw Bitch Brigade, such as Jazaza Drunk is, and what he does is on behalf of his Baron Dajjal Antichrist Synagogue of Satan, is attempting to rob the spiritual origins of humanity, of the race of the spirit of humanity, okay, off the face of the planet in order to institute their satanic brother fucking agenda. Okay, so that is why he wants to destroy Egypt, because it has what? Dundira. Dundira is a temple that represents the seven sisters, the seven celestial sisters, right, of Taurus, right? The seven stars of the Pleiades, which again Kemet was named after. Kemet was named after Kemet. I think that was the name of it. Kemet. So Kemet was named after Kemet of the Pleiades, right? So they want to destroy that. They don't want They don't want a trace of African history, or Black history, human history, as it relates to the celestial sphere and as it connects to the Earth's plane, right? They want it to be reflected by all satanic, Satanist stuff, Iblis stuff. Okay. Now, so bribing the head of Egypt's military junta, Sisi, in an ill form by offering to give them financial aid, right? Because their dollars collapsing, so they need aid to help support their military and keep their country afloat. We're just doing it out of goodwill, right? Yeah, sure. Okay, so in the ill form of American, so they're bribing the head of Egypt's military junta, which his name is Sisi, in the ill form of American and Saudi Wahhabi foreign aid. So he's giving them foreign aid to invade their Muslim neighbors in hopes that he can gain the support from other Arab nations and expand the ground war. Collapsing the Egyptian currency and economy is to compel the Egyptian people into supporting Sisi in igniting World War III, and thus eventually confront Russia, Iran, Syria, China, and North Korea, and the whole axis of evil, right? Egyptian nation will have no hope of ever, and once they do that, if they did that for the Trump, the Antichrist, okay, the Egyptian nation will have no hope of ever regaining control of their mental, emotion, and physical destiny, and the mental, they will have no hope of gaining their mental, emotional, and physical. They will have no control over their mental, emotional, and physical destiny ever again if the total economy is under the complete control of Sisi's military junta. Such a evil scheme is not only pure wicked, okay, but by its inception, it threatens to destroy the nation of Egypt itself, and also the history of humanity, the history of Black Egypt, okay, by African Egypt, African Kemet, by destroying the historical infrastructure in such bombing air raids, okay. Humanity is at spiritual warfare and always has been, rather than consciously and it's been consciously manipulated, okay, consciously manipulated, rather than be consciously manipulated, the global nation of Jacob, okay, the global nation of Solomon, the global nation of the soul, the children of the sun, okay, needs to remain psychologically, emotionally, and physically balanced for optimum spiritual health. We got to stay united. It is what Jupiter is in Libra, and the resurrection of the kingdom of Judah, which is the kingdom of Solomon, is all about. Is taking place at this, and is why it's taking place at this very pivotal moment in the new celestial timeline, this new 24th year celestial year cycle. Okay, so we are the kingdom of Solomon. Okay, that is what we are, the kingdom of Judah, the kingdom of Solomon, right? Okay, and we're supposed to unite, right? As Muslims, as Jews and Christians, and as I said before, Jews and Christians are one and the same, and Jews and Christians are the same, one body, then Islam, then there's only two branches, Jews and Muslims, Jews come from the line of Isaac, Muslims come from the line of Ishmael, the two brothers. The two brothers are to unite and save the world. Therefore, Jews and Muslims are to unite, and they will unite under the prophet born of a virgin. He will unite them both, inshallah. And that is why he's coming, to unite the Ummah. The Ummah is the nation of Solomon, the nation of Judah, the kingdom of Judah, the kingdom of Solomon. He's to come and unite them, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, and that's what they're afraid of. Okay, now, so we're to remain in balance, okay? It is what we said, is what Jupiter is in Libra, and the resurrection of the kingdom of Solomon, or the kingdom of Judah, or the kingdom of Allah, is why it's taking place at this very pivotal moment in celestial time. Just as a drum seeks to place America on a course of global detriment and annihilation, to collapse into Armageddon, that only he and his Baphomet transgenital Gentile Israeli converts may benefit, just as only he benefits from his service on Capitol Hill, to line his own pockets and to establish a legacy for himself, none different than Hitler or Mussolini. Under military junta of the Egyptian tyrant Sisi, he is to be the state defender, which is of ISIS. That's what Egyptian Sisi is to do. He's to be the head of ISIS, leading the war on behalf of the dynasty of El Saud, okay, which is a Wahhabist religious orientation, which is like a pseudo. It's like a it's like the Zionism is to Israel, to Jews, is like what Catholicism is to Christianity. Wahhabism is that for Islam, is the anti-Islam, just as Catholicism is anti-Christian, just like Zionism is anti-Judaism. Okay, Wahhabism was also started by Britain, like Zionism was started by Britain. Okay, so under the military junta of the tyrant Sisi, he's to lead the defender of ISIS, and ISIS is started by, as we said, John McCain and the American government, right? The American regime that's occupying the American government, and Britain and Israel and the House of El Saud, right? The dynasty of El Saud. So ISIS is a Western invention, okay? And it's not Eastern invention. It didn't come from the East. It came from the West, okay? Now, so, and as we said, ISIS is out of the dynasty of the House of Wahhabis of El Saud, while all other Gulf states are to conceal their allegiance to death, right? Which is all other states are to hide. Under Egyptian the leadership of what's his name, Sisi. All others can those other Gulf states can hide as if they don't. They're neutral, but they will really be contributing money and all these different things to support ISIS and to support the House of Saud and to support the tyrant Sisi to further their security, right? Like the king of the refugees in Jordan, right? Okay, so they're to support it from a distance. Sisi and his ISIS brigade from a distance, which is really doing the work of the Antichrist Dajjal, right? A barren Antichrist Dajjal under the headship of Jezazadrump, okay? So, now, monies are to be used in order to that Egypt become the front military state leading ISIS, okay, which Sisi name represents, okay? And they are to sacrifice Egyptian Muslim young men because war is also population control. Okay. Now the goal would be to depopulate the Ummah in Egypt, thus decreasing the support to the prophet born of the Virgin when he is scheduled to arrive, according to biblical prophecy, 7 years after Revelation 12:12, which is to occur, as we said, Muharram 3rd, 1439, September 23rd, 2017. Depopulation aids in the protecting of the Gentile wrath, which is the wrath represents Roth child or Thor's child, right? So wrath, the wrath of Lucifer, right, as he attempts to, and that's what Venus, the evening star, is supposed to represent Lucifer, right? The devil, right? Satan. Okay. Which is really a man, right? In scarlet red and the purple, right? So the wrath of Lucifer, as he attempts to breed hell upon the world, just like he does at Halloween, right? Those little spirits come out at night, right? And they go from house to house trying to get something, contributions, right? To something sweet, right? Energy, right? Okay. So it's to breed hell upon earth, breed hell into the world of humanity in preparation for when the barren Dajjal Antichrist is scheduled to appear approximately in 2029. Right? Or not 2029. Yeah, 2029. Okay. So using the coalitions of funds, including foreign aid from America, will feed the military junta of ISIS as it does currently in Iraq and in different parts of Syria. Okay, to which Assad is battling, and with Russia, the aid of Russia, right? So now, Iraq is formerly Babylon. So they're trying to get a hold of Babylon, right? Okay, that is the the Antichrist, the jail Trump, the Trump Antichrist, Zionist Israel, right? Vatican and all that. The brotherfuckers, right? They're trying to get a hold of, to rebuild Babylon, right? And annex it to create the Greater Israel Project, right? Okay, and that is taking half of all of Palestine, some half of Syria, two-thirds of Syria, some of Saudi or Hijaz, some of Egypt, all the way to the Nile and parts of Lebanon and other parts of Iraq. Okay, so that's their game plan to create the Greater Israel. So they gotta have a lot of war, right? Okay. So anyway, so they want to resurrect Babylon, right? Okay. So for when their Dajjal comes, and who's the Dajjal? Right? We say he's a Rothschild's child that was conceived in 2001 and born in 2002, right? Okay. So using the coalition of funds, as we said, including foreign aid from America, will feed the military junta of ISIS as it does currently in Iraq, which is formerly Babylon. The people of Egypt are to be starved into supporting the brother fuckasses using false flags, conspiring to initiate the war of Armageddon. So, Ummah of the kingdom of Allah, of the nation of Jacob, from the Ethiopian kingdom of Judah, which is the global kingdom of Solomon, or the nation of the global kingdom of Allah, that is resurrected to support the prophet born of a virgin. And we must remain united in peace. We must also expect everything from the brigade and anything assault. We must expect any false flag from the brigade of squaw bitches. They are bastards of the virtual synagogue of Satan, filled with the Zionist British nation of Antichrist, reptilian breed, dragon breed, right? A beastly breed of whoremongering, a whoremongering damnation, which includes Josiah Trump, because we all know his grandfather and his father were pimps, right? And that's exploitation of woman, right? So what does the synagogue of Satan do? It represses women, right? So it can occupy their position, right? It occupies their position at where? At the Tropic of Capricorn, right? That's where Satan likes to rest, at the Tropic of Capricorn, pretending he's a woman, right? So they can intercourse with him at night, right? Okay. Now, the Ummah, okay, great global nation of Jacob, from the Ethiopian kingdom of Judah, the great kingdom of Allah, we must not be led to slaughter like pigs, filled with negative emotion, like the pigs being Christ led into the water. Okay, we must be led by emotion and bleeding the hearts. We must not be led into Armageddon. Okay, we must not be led to destroy America in civil war. We must keep America united. We must stay one and act as one American nation. We must not be led to Armageddon by any drummed up false flags intended to terrorize all humanity, including America. Ummah, we must if we stay united, great things are going to happen, especially when Uranus goes into Taurus. We should have a great download of induction of spiritual knowledge, right? That will aid us in supporting our hopes, our dreams, our goals, right? Okay. Now, so great things. We have greater things to do with our time. We have final exams. Prepare for the celestial graduation, right? And the celestial intercourse at Father's Day, right? Okay, and ultimately Independence Day, right? Which is going to lead us to what? The change, the transformation of America with the solar eclipse, and then the sign of Revelations, right? To which 7 years later, and that's when Taurus will be in. Uranus will be in Taurus, and the download of ascension, knowledge for us to ascend, and then what? Then when we ascend, then the prophet born of a virgin is, according to biblical prophecy, 7 years. That will be a Gemini. Okay, Uranus will be at the door of Gemini. That will be the return. According to biblical prophecy, 7 years later, the prophet born of a virgin will arrive. So he's going to arrive when our consciousness ascends, not when we cannot allow our consciousness to descend with all this bullshit that they're putting out there, trying to shit all over the world with violence and warmongering and whoremongering and all this kind of stuff, okay? And pussy grabbing shit, okay? We can't let them cause us to descend, right? Okay, with all their false flags and tyranny, okay? It is celestial time to ascend, that we may be caught up to meet with the prophet born of the virgin when he is biblically scheduled to arrive 7 years after Muharram 3rd, 1439, September 23rd, 2017. Thus, we have no spiritual energy to fill our souls with bullshit. We have no time to fill our souls with bullshit. We purged, okay? We purged all through Virgo when the North nodes were in Virgo, and the Northward node was in Virgo, the South node was in in Pisces, and we went through some deep spiritual cleansing, deep spiritual awakening. Now we made space to move to the prime position of the North node in Leo, and the South node in Uranus, and Uranus is in the Aries, which represents the self, the higher self. So therefore, and Uranus is getting ready to go into Taurus. Therefore, we're going to get that spiritual download that's going to be very, positive. Therefore, our minds, our souls are going to be refilled, resurrected. And then when our spiritual souls are resurrected 7 years later, then who's to come? The prophet born, according to biblical prophecy, the prophet born of a virgin. And we will be ready to meet him, right? Because we will have ascended. We will have had the knowledge. We will have met our goals. We're on a timeline here. And those shits are on it too. But they're trying to meet their Antichrist. But they want to bring us down while they go up. But we go, remember, they need to take life to get life. They got to feed life to death. And who do they feed it? They take the golden children of the sun, right? That's why he's supposed to have he's supposed to have one. Well, we won't talk about that, but anyway, our souls are going to be filled up again because we purged, we cleaned, we purified in Virgo, right? And then when the North Node move in Cancer, right, and be there for 18 months, right? We're going to be home, right? And by that time, Uranus will be in Taurus, right? And we will be home at that time, ready to receive. So we can't afford war. No bullshit. Don't let the Trump drag us into his shit. Let him go to the shit by himself. Let him kill himself with that bullshit. We ain't got time for it. Okay? We don't have time for the bullshit. We've cleansed our soul. We purified ourselves. We purified our life. Let's be ready for this induction when Uranus enters Taurus. And this energy is going to come. And what it's going to do when this energy comes, those who fill their lives with bullshit, it's going to amplify their bullshit. This karma is going to come back. We want good karma to come back. We want our souls to be filled with good karma. So therefore, no time for bullshit. No time for the drump's bullshit. Let him shit on his own self, but don't let him shit don't let him shit on us. We ain't got time for it. Okay? Now, as stated, then the celestial energy, when it goes into Taurus, with the sign of Uranus goes into Taurus, the sign of the planet of Uranus goes into Taurus, the energy will be intense. We'll feel it intense. You're going to feel it. Okay? That's when ascension, you're going to feel ascension. You're going to know you ascended. You're going to look around and you're going to see things totally differently. You're going to ascend. Be ready. That is when Uranus goes into Taurus, and then you're going to really feel it when the North Node goes into Cancer. That's when you're going home. You're going home. And that's when you're the rapture, right? Because you're going to be gathered, okay? and not so much meet up in the sky, but consciously you're going to meet with him. You're going to meet on the conscious plane, okay? So be ready. No war. America, you're going to be transcended, right? You're going to with this total solar eclipse, right? The light is going to go out. Reset button, celestial reset button for America, okay? And it's going to start anew, a new pure America, okay? And we cannot have war, and we got to have reparations, okay? Those dues have to be paid. Reparations have to take place. If they can give Israel wealth, tax money, billions of dollars, they can give Egypt billions of dollars. They can give Saudi billions of dollars protecting them militarily. Give Palestine billions of dollars. They can do all that, but they can't. Black people, no money for you. Shit, none. Slavery didn't even happen. It was immigration. It was immigration policy. Misunderstanding of immigration policies. Okay, you came as immigrants on the bottom of boats. Okay, you don't need to be reprimanded when it was you volunteered to come, right? Okay, so that has to take place too, and you have to demand it. We have to demand it. Why? Because what? The Trump wants to continue the legacy of Andrew Jackson. He wants to expand upon it, right? Okay, that lunacy. Okay, so anyway, so we got to be ready to ascend. Okay, the energy is going to be intense. We must remain consciously strong and absorb the divine celestial energy that we may ascend. Okay, as we said, dual qaeda, which is going to be the eclipse, right? Is going to be dual qaeda 29, which is August 21st, 2017, is the time to transcend. Okay, it's going to be Passover. Okay, that's going to be Passover time. You're going to either pass or fail spiritually. Pass or fail. Fail at the autumn equinox, right? That's when the woman, the consciousness falls, or okay. That's when the fall happens, okay? So you don't want to fall. You want to be able to transcend the fall. You want to pass, okay? That's what you want to pass. You want to pass over into the higher consciousness, okay? And that's what the equinox, not the equinox, but that's what the eclipse is about. Right before the sign of revelation that is to appear, right? Okay. So as we stated, okay. Now, so the energy is going to be intense, okay, and you want to ascend, okay? Now, so that is going to be the time to transcend mind, body, and soul. So when Uranus goes into Taurus, okay, you're going to have time to transcend mind, body, and soul. Your consciousness you're going to wake up. You're going to wake up because we're coming back to life, right? Resurrected is coming back from the dead. The fall is the dead. We were in the world of the dead, the underworld, consciously dead, right? Living this dead consciousness, this corpse consciousness, this enslaved consciousness. We didn't have our consciousness, right? So we're going to wake up, get out of bondage, and be alive. The universe is waking up. It started waking up in 1958 when Uranus was and it woke up when Uranus entered Leo, right? The lights came on when Uranus entered Leo, and we became the golden children of the sun, right? And not around from 1958 and 7 years back from that. Okay, that will be around 1951, right? From 1951 up to 1958. Right, which was the apex because Jupiter was in Libra at that time, right? So we started to awake then. We're still awake, and now we're going to be completely awake when Uranus goes into Taurus. So we have to be ready for that because, as I said, we're going to be coming out of the world of the dead. We're going to be coming out of the underworld, right? We're going to be totally out of the underworld, and therefore you're going to be resurrected, and you're going to see life anew. Be prepared. But those who did not purge, okay, when this download comes, it's going to bring back their karma. It's going to bring back their demons, their ghosts, their spirits, all that wicked that they've done. It's going to bring that back, right? Okay. So don't waste your purging, okay? Don't waste it by being misled into war and violence and all that stuff, okay? So be ready to transcend mind, body, and soul, okay? Be prepared to, and the only thing you can do when you transcend, you better be prepared to cling to the Creator. You better be prepared to cling to Allah. You better be prepared because when you wake up, it's going to be, and you see things all over anew. You're going to be a newborn baby. And it's going to be like all you can do is cling to your mother with a newborn baby. He becomes more sensitive to everything around him. The sound, his perception is more intense. It's almost like you're going to have ESP, extrasensory perception. You'll have almost like extrasensory perception. You will have extrasensory perception. Okay? So you better be ready. And the only thing that's going to be scary, but because you got to put yourself back in balance. That's why you got to start balancing yourself now. Okay? So you got to be prepared. And the only thing you can do is like a child clinging to his mother. Cling to Allah. Cling to cling to the Creator. And remember, Jews call Allah God Allah, Christians call Allah God Allah, and Muslims call him Allah. So when I say Allah, I'm talking about the Creator of heaven and earth. Okay, creator of a prophet, the Creator of the prophet born of a virgin, the Creator of all the prophets is Allah. So the only thing you will be able to do is cling to Him. You will be scared. You will be scared. Okay. So, and the only thing you can do is cling to Him. It won't be a bad thing what's happening to you, but you will be scared, and you gotta know what's happening to you. You got to know, and you got to, that's why I'm saying it helps, especially young people, have older people around who can help you, nurture you through this awakening, okay, coming back from the dead. Because in this corporate world, everybody was dead, okay, the consciousness was dead. So now it'll be waking up, coming out of the world of the dead, coming out of the underworld, getting away from Satan, okay? Okay, and rising to the Christ consciousness to meet with Him, right, in the sky, and of the Pleiades, right, the consciousness of Pleiades, right. Okay, so be prepared to cling to the hand of the Most High, to Allah. Okay, that you will be able to navigate the celestial energy induction, staying spiritually strong, not to be and not to enable you not to be manipulated, so you won't be scared and go to war. Okay, you won't be manipulated by any external forces. Consciously, you will be in your Christ consciousness and ascend above spiritual vulnerability and spiritual attacks. We are the second generation to inherit the legacy of our divine ancestors' civil rights movement, that also includes back to the 50s, right? The civil rights movement. We are the children of the sun, that generation, okay, of Martin Luther King, of Maya Angelou, of all of our heroes, Malcolm X, and all of the other civil rights leaders, right? Of the total civil rights movement, the anti-war, the support the environment, support healthy food, holistic healing, all of the things that happened then. We inherited that energy, and it's going to come to fruition in 2018. So be prepared. Okay, we are that generation of the ancestor civil rights movement. We are the generation conceived back from 1951 to 1958. Okay, at the apex when Jupiter was in Libra. We are a very special generation. We are, okay, the golden children that is to lead all of tomorrow's future generations from the root to at the very tip of its fruit, of the top of the Jackson family tree, the King Solomon's family tree. Okay, we are the Ummah of Aquarius in Libra, Jupiter in Libra, Neptune and the North Node in Scorpio, Pluto in Virgo. We are the ones to inherit the legacy. We are the ones of Revelation 12:12. We are that generation that is being given birth to. We are the ones the world was always and has always been waiting for. We are the golden children. We are the children of the sun. We are the ones. We are the Jacksons. Okay? And this is it. This is our time to shine. Okay? We are Solomon's kingdom. Okay? So, with that being said, Salamu Alaikum, and Salamu Alaikum to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Salamu Alaikum to the Ummah Prophet Muhammad. Salamu Alaikum to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Salamu Alaikum to the family of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Salamu Alaikum to the Ummah Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Salamu Alaikum to the Sahabas Alaihi Salam. Salamu Alaikum to all the Prophets Alaihi Salam. Salamu Alaikum to the King of Kings, Michael Joseph Jackson. my love, I love you. Salam alaikum to him as Apollo, the which represents the sun. Okay, the king of the sun, which is a king of music. Okay, salam alaikum to Hamza. Salam alaikum to my father, and love to humanity, the Ummah, the kingdom of Solomon, the kingdom of Jacob, from the Ethiopian, the nation, the global nation of Jacob, from the Ethiopian kingdom of Judah, and all around the world. Salam alaikum, and let's stay united. Let's stay in peace. Let's not allow any Trump or his Baron, the jail Antichrist, divide us. Okay, let's meet with the Christ consciousness. Let's escape and be a part of the rapture. Okay, which is to take place 7 years after Revelation 12:12, September Dual Qaeda 27. 1439, and September 23rd, which will be 2017. All right. So that being said, Rabbina Fuzzik, and Allah be with us all, and Allah protect us. Allah keep us together.